In a single moment, an army that believed itself unstoppable would face a defeat it never imagined possible. Under the burning desert sun, thousands of Crusader soldiers marched forward with confidence, convinced that victory was already within their reach. They were experienced, heavily armed, and driven by years of success that made them believe no force could stand against them. But far beyond their sight, a different kind of battle was already being planned with precision and patience. A leader stood calmly, watching every movement, understanding that this war would not be won by strength alone. He knew that the desert itself could become a weapon more powerful than any sword or shield. This was not just another battle, but a carefully designed turning point in history. A moment where intelligence would overcome and strategy would defeat arrogance. This was the beginning of the Battle of Hattin, a story that would change everything forever. Before we begin, make sure to like and subscribe for more epic historical stories that bring the past to life. The Crusader army advanced across the vast desert, their armor shining under the intense sunlight as they moved forward with confidence. They believed that their numbers and experience would secure them another easy victory. The Urdu beneath them radiated heat, making every step more exhausting than the last. Water supplies began to run low, but they continued forward without hesitation. They were determined to reach their destination as quickly as possible. Far away, Salah ad-Din observed their movement with careful attention. He understood that time itself was his greatest ally in this battle. Instead of attacking directly, he chose to weaken them slowly. He ordered his forces to control all nearby water sources. This simple decision would soon become devastating for the enemy. As the Crusaders moved deeper into the desert, their thirst began to grow. The heat became unbearable, and their strength slowly started to fade. Their horses struggled to keep moving under the harsh conditions. Despite the signs of exhaustion, their leaders pushed them forward. They believed stopping would only delay their inevitable victory. But with they were walking closer to disaster. The Muslim forces moved quickly and strategically around them. They stayed out of direct combat, conserving their energy. Every movement was calculated, every decision carefully planned. The Crusaders began to feel uneasy, though they did not yet understand why. The desert had become silent, as if waiting for something to happen. Tension slowly built among the soldiers as fatigue increased. Still, they pressed forward, unaware of the trap forming around them. As the sun grew hotter, the Crusader army became increasingly disorganized. Their formation weakened as exhaustion spread through the ranks. Leaders struggled to maintain control over their tired soldiers. At that moment, Salah ad-Din initiated the next phase of his strategy. His forces began surrounding the enemy from multiple directions. The Crusaders did not realize how quickly they were being encircled. Small attacks began to strike their outer lines unexpectedly. These attacks were brief but effective, draining their remaining strength. Every to respond only made their situation worse. The circle continued to tighten with each passing moment. Thirst now became unbearable, affecting both mind and body. Soldiers struggled to focus, and their reactions slowed dramatically. The desert wind carried heat and dust into their faces. Confusion began to spread across the battlefield. The Muslims maintained discipline, executing their plan flawlessly. At the perfect moment, fires were set in the dry grass. Smoke rose into the sky, surrounding the Crusaders in thick clouds. Visibility dropped, and panic began to take hold. Breathing became difficult, and coordination collapsed. The battlefield transformed into chaos within minutes. With confusion growing, the Crusader army lost its structure completely. Units became separated, and communication broke down entirely. Panic spread quickly as soldiers realized they were trapped. Attempts to break through the surrounding forces failed repeatedly. Each failure drained what little strength they had left. Salah ad-Din saw that the moment had finally arrived. He gave the signal for a full and decisive attack. Muslim forces charged forward with discipline and unity. The battlefield erupted into intense and relentless combat. Crusader soldiers fought desperately, but without coordination. Their leaders attempted to rally them, but it was too late. The collapse had begun, and nothing could stop it. Every second pushed them closer to total defeat. The Crusader army was now completely overwhelmed from all sides. Their once powerful formation had turned into scattered groups. Salah ad-Din's strategy had worked exactly as planned. The enemy was exhausted, surrounded, and unable to recover. The Muslim forces advanced steadily, without hesitation. Each forward tightened there on the battlefield. The Crusader commander fought bravely, trying to restore order. But the situation had already slipped beyond control. When their leadership fell, their morale collapsed entirely. From that moment, the outcome of the battle was certain. The Crusader army turned from a powerful force into a defeated and scattered group. Many soldiers surrendered, while others attempted to flee without success. The battlefield slowly fell silent as the fighting came to an end. Victory was complete, and the impossible had become reality. For the first time, this mighty army had been defeated. The myth of their invincibility was shattered forever. This victory opened the path toward the liberation of Jerusalem. It changed the balance of power across the entire region. History itself had taken a new direction in that moment. The Battle of Hattin remains one of the greatest examples of strategy overcoming strength in history. It teaches us that intelligence, patience, and planning can defeat even the strongest enemies. It reminds us that true comes from belief and determination. In the darkest moments, when defeat seems certain, hope can still lead to victory. If you enjoyed this journey through history, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Because every story we tell is a lesson waiting to be discovered. And every moment in history carries a message for the future.